Hello, I'm using the Logitech webcam software, so I have to provide the date of Sunday, November 4th, 2012, 8:27 p.m. I have an array of different things I want to talk about, and as you can see, sorry, I have my American flag right here. It's a bit cold, so I'm wearing the hat. So what do I want to talk about? I was just going through some of my videos on my YouTube channel, and my God, I should have, I should I mean, I need to have like 20 to 30 different YouTube channels because it's such a mess for me to even understand what is happening there in this channel. Uh, Even if for a family member to go down later in life, 100 years from now, to determine who I was, 100 years from now, it would be it's so inefficient, and I cannot make that mistake. Well, it's good for me because I know the mistakes I've made. So with my campaign, I can't make the same mistakes, and everything needs to be organized. And from the start of it, everything needs to be categorized in different categories, and each category needs to have its own, I guess, place. Um, so that's what I wanted to say on that. I posted in regards to just some of my work towards my campaign, my political campaign. I'm probably going to be going with Network Solutions. They have a package deal, and I'm probably going to go with Envision Board. I've contacted them. There's a forum for people to communicate. And I bounced and I threw my idea, what I need and what I want, and I posted it as coherently and as possible. I tried to articulate um, objectively as possible what I need to happen. And I hope that I'll get some feedback. First of all, I hope I get feedback. It's the most important thing, because maybe someone can offer some ideas how to make what I want to be made better. Um, in regards to my project that I was doing with contacting the candidates, apparently it's such a daunting task. It's so hard to do such a thing that I wanted to do. Half of them don't have websites, and I got back from somebody from Cliffside Park who's running on the Republican ticket for the council of Cliffside Park, and they sent me an email to, we're going to talk after the election. I still don't know who to vote for. Who am I supposed to vote for? I have no idea who to vote for. I don't know anybody on that ballot, and I don't know what they want, and if they're trying to make government better, or they're trying to make government worse, or they're trying to make society better, or they're trying to make society worse. Those are the two most important questions I need to ask them. There's this woman I spoke to, and I called Network Solutions to get a more understanding of the product that I will be buying. And I spoke to this woman for a little while, and we exchanged some information about government and back and forth. And she added me on Facebook, which is, I guess, cool and not so cool because, in retrospect, uh, well, if I wanted to be a police officer, I would not be hired because of what I have posted on this YouTube channel, what I have on my Facebook. They would not hire me. I would not be hired as a police officer. I would not be hired. Just I would not be. I would not be hired. It's a no-no. Uh, you can't. I mean, I mean, I. Um, well, it's not that I can't do it. Yeah, I can do it. I'm honest. Um, it's just that they look at your history, and I don't know. Maybe it needs to be changed. I don't know. Because in retrospect, all my mistakes and all everybody's mistakes, we as people do as we continue to live. The idea is the grand idea is to learn from them, to be able to step away from your life, or at least examine your life and see what you're doing with yourself and see the direction you're going to, and go, wait a second. if something that you're doing is wrong, or something you're doing is a continuation of a mistake and a mistake and a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake. And you need to kind of get yourself away from that. That might be very useful to say to somebody in jail, somebody in a gang. If I can figure out a way to actually say that to somebody like that, without the person going over to me and stabbing me, or punching me in the face for saying that to him or her. Because some people have a temper, a short temper, and they're very easily, um, they can easily trigger into a violent individual. What is it, Charles? No. Um, if anybody could help me out with, anybody watching this, I'm looking for a webcam software. I use Logitech webcam software for this recording apparatus. Now I have a little camera in my netbook which uses a different webcam software, a pre-built, something that they use the word is bloatware. It's some software that comes with it, and there doesn't seem to be any alternative. There has to be some kind of open source, community-driven, donation-funded webcam software that's available, and that's flexible, and it's modern, and it's easy to use, and very flexible, very, very flexible. You have a lot of different options and little tweaks that you can do, because when I record with my netbook webcam, maybe I should make a separate video and maybe send it. No, the text is better. Maybe I can go to the Google. I can use the Google Forms maybe. Yeah, I'll go to the Google Forms. Maybe I'll post my query on there, because that would really help me out for my campaign, because I plan on setting up like a live, not a live, but, well, yes, I would like to attempt to set up like a Google Plus live stream hangout with just whoever, and me, and whatever the subject, some objective, some objectively, some issue or some subject that we can kind of talk about, all of us, and come up with, first of all, the problems, and then maybe come up with the solutions. I'm a bit discouraged in a way, because the current status quo of politics, government, it's scared away so many people. So many people are just, they don't even want to approach it at all, because it's just been so tainted. It's just like this rot that people don't even want to look at anymore. We've got to change that somehow. All of it, big picture. Hopefully my segment I will be able to change. Maybe, I hope. That's the plan. Sorry, I got kind of grim right now. I'm quite okay. Yeah, I should do that on Google. I'll keep this short, then I'll go back to doing some research. Because I need to, it's about time I start bunkering in myself and just not leaving this room till I get everything done here that I need to do, and set up a temporary office here, kind of with a lot of workspace, fix up my other computer, maybe get another computer so I can have a lot of different things going on and focus. I've been kind of spending, I think I've been spending too much time trying to establish some type of social life, but it hasn't been working out the way I wanted to work out, or at least to my expectation. I need to find the right people, and I could have a social life with. And I think something like that will just come in time through my work, or it might not at all. And if it doesn't, I need to be prepared, or at least it might be actually better if I don't do something like that. But then I put myself in a unfavorable situation because it's not good for you. It's not good for your biology, for your mind to just be alone. It's not very good for you to just be alone. Like, yeah, yeah, that's important. Because I think the current status quo of people in government is, one day mm, they act like your friend, next day they could stab you in the back. Not physically, of course, but I could see that happening. Yeah, I could see that realistically being the status quo of people in government. It's this type of a special club, and if you dare uh, do something out of line, you will be chastised and cast aside and condemned to an ivory tower. It used to be like that way. It used to be that way. A long, long ago during medieval times, it was a popular thing to exile people and to condemn them into an ivory tower. That was the life. Not to kill them because of their position, of their title, but to condemn them. Not necessarily all people of title. There were scientists and there were doctors who were treated that way. Galileo, um, the I don't think he invented the telescope, but he tweaked up the telescope so he could tell and he could see that the Earth was not the center of the universe, and that was his that was his truth in life that he discovered, and people weren't ready. Society wasn't ready to accept it, and he was chastised and condemned. I think today's things are a little more different. Um, Not necessarily. It doesn't happen, let's just say, as often as it may have happened back then. Um, I think primarily because of the internet. Like I was talking with this person over the phone. When I was 6 years old in Russia, I used to walk home from school. If I today were to have a child and let that child go from home to school by themselves, I think I would be placed in jail, or at least my child would be taken away from me for some type of neglect, because that's quite 6 years old. I don't know. Uh, Things are all different today. People are more scared, and there are a lot more things to be concerned about today that we really haven't tackled on and solved. I think we haven't solved those problems. So a 6 year old can walk around safely anywhere. Why not? Just, just that would be the problem. Just be solved, so people can be safe outside, no matter how old they are, young or old. Because you still have to concern about very elderly people walking about outside. They're just as likely to be to be for somebody to take advantage of them. Uh, with this hurricane storm, I was talking with my friend as a joke. We were joking around that it would be funny. It would be a good crime to commit to people to knock on their door and say PSEG. Uh, that's the electric company here in the state or in this area of New Jersey. Knock on their door and say, you know, we're here to fix the power. And then the people would let this person walk in arms open because they have no electricity. And then this person is actually lying, and he steals them. He robs from them, or worst, he rapes them or murders them and then steals from them or whatever. You cannot have that happening. That's such a. I mean, I'm in a way I'm glad that um, I mean I'm planning to enter state government. So because if a person who commits a crime like this in a time like this should be sentenced to life, no parole. This is this is you cannot commit a crime during this time. If you are a criminal, this is the worst time to commit a crime. You cannot do that because you just can't. And if you can, well, then life sentence, no parole. You get caught, that's it. You're out of society. You're That's it. You're living in the solitary cell for the rest of your life. I'm happy. I was talking with my friend's brother. He agrees with me. If a public office holder commits a crime of extortion, of bribery, or some other forms, or some other types of crimes that are primarily related to somebody in government, they should be sentenced to life, no parole, and that's being generous because they've just committed treason. Somebody in government committing a crime that's around their uh, position of government, not for instance, two different crimes. If a person takes in a bribe uh, and then passes a certain public policy or changes the law for the purpose of getting this money without thinking about the people, or just wants to be greedy, it's a little different than that person going home and then I don't know, smoking cocaine, let's say. It's a two different, whatever, or sniffing cocaine. There's two different crimes. I can't explain it yet. I'm not at that point. I need to figure out all the proper words to use to explain it to different things. Okay. So I'm gonna post on Google forums about this. I'm gonna keep this short, 17 minutes, 18 minutes in. Adios. And I guess this was personal chat. Things are going. Things are still going. Making the world a better place one step at a time.